What's up, guys? Back with another episode of The Development with my boy Chris with a K.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up? How you been, bro?
I've been good. I've been
Good. That's
good.
good to hear. So, Chris, we known each other for a long time now.
Yeah, like seventh grade.
Yeah, yes. So for a
Grade.
really long time. So, how's life has been during these hard times?
Like like everyone else, like in the beginning, it was definitely very difficult. But now that like things are starting to open back up, just slowly getting back to like where I'd want things to be.
All right. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's been crazy, but hopefully, everybody could start their start their goals and stuff up again.
Yeah.
Speaking about goals, I've seen you become who you are, and I'm not proud of you, I could say. And
Thank you.
I know you went MIA for a little bit, and which that's life. You gotta go
Yeah.
through some stuff and then come back with some vengeance or goals, and
Yeah.
that's good. So for the viewers that are watching, let's introduce yourself.
How's it going? So I'm Chris, or you can call me Kris Machina from like most of my socials. And I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm also a competitive powerlifter, and I've done like Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
And I do like, and besides that, I'm a huge fan of like anime, and I sometimes cosplay like whenever like opportunity presents itself. But right now, I just haven't.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure. You've done some dope cosplays. And yes, you've done some Brazilian jiu-jitsu and you are certified, and yeah, you are muscle man over here. I'm gonna tell you that.
I'm all
Um,
right.
what made you do this whole um change into getting much fitter and health and just becoming who you are today?
I mean, we can all say like for everyone that does watch anime out there, definitely anime is a huge motivator in that sense. Everyone wants to be like Goku, so there's that. But besides that, like I guess back in between the years of like 2000, I want to say 2010 or
Yeah,
2000. It's like between when I was like 20 to like 23 or 22
yeah.
was I was like um I had some pretty unhealthy habits. I was kind of overweight, had a high blood pressure. I wasn't diabetic, thankfully, but
Thank
yeah,
God.
I had like these a lot of like issues and whatnot. Then I decided like I need to change things up and start being like taking care of myself and being more active. So think back in 2014 was when I first actually, achieved my first like ever fitness goal of like, losing weight. And then I was just like, you know what, like I actually want to see if I could do this personal training thing. So, because I got tired of working retail.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely feel you on that retail job. too,
Yeah.
too many people had to deal with, and yeah, just a lot of craziness going on with retail.
Yeah. Retail is just, it's not something to like stay in for the long term.
Yeah. So, what made you? Where? What? How did you get started with personal training? Like, what was your like goals, and where did you start when it comes to um being a certified personal trainer? Like, how did that start?
All right. So what happened was, after I reached like that first time weight loss goal, I saw like an ad on a train. It was like for one of those like technical colleges. Pretty
Yeah,
sure you've seen them before.
yeah,
And one
probably.
of them was like, "Oh, take this course to be like a fitness trainer or whatnot." I was like, "All right, I'll look into that." Then I went on Google. But the funny thing is, I actually did not go to that same ad that they had in the train, I found like a school called the American Academy of Personal Training.
Okay. Was
So
that
you know,
when you first saw that? Was it like a scam or like because I know those ads sometimes some look
yeah,
interesting and some are just like this looks scammy.
yeah. Well, the Subway one looked pretty scammy, but you know, when I looked into like the American Academy of Personal Training one, you know, I wanted to see what they're like, so I looked into like who runs it, what's their credentials like. And then I just had to like schedule like a little like orientation to see if it'd be like a good fit for me. So, you know, I went over there, did the whole thing. You know, for anyone that would be interested, they do offer like they do have like financial aid and you know student loan like not student loan discounts, but you could take out a loan for it. So there's that. So, you know, I did that and I took a full-time course which was like 3 months. I believe it was like 300 hours or so, where you learn about like, you know, pretty much like the fundamentals of like anatomy, kinesiology, which is like, you know, basic human like movement and function.
Yeah.
And then you know, we have it's split between like a lecture style like classroom thing, and then the other half would be done in like the gym where we'd apply like, you know, what we learned in the classroom. So it was a really cool experience. And I guess like, you know, the one advantage I got out of it, because like, you know, most trainers nowadays they get their certification on like online, and you know they do like self study and take a course. And I feel like that's not really for me. I like being very like handsy and
Yeah.
hands on, and like actually like having someone to like tutor me and whatnot. So it really worked out for me.
Okay.
So, you know, after the 3 months was done, like, you know, we had like in a, you know, school, they give us like a final exam and all that stuff. You know, I passed that, and, you know, I got my personal training I got my certificate from there. And after that, I started working at like a little a 24-hour fitness gym. Well, it wasn't actually the actual 24-hour fitness gym. That's like all high end and stuff. It was actually
Yeah.
a former Bally's that was bought out by 24-hour fitness. So it was just like an offshoot from there. So I didn't have like the same. Well, one, it wasn't 24 hours, and two, it wasn't like the same experience that you would get from an actual 24-hour fitness gym.
Yeah.
So, and you know, for anyone that's interested in personal training, you know, you probably see like a lot of like people on like you know, social media kind of like flex the lifestyle, and
Yeah.
maybe like flex how they present themselves and how they train people. And I thought I was gonna be like that in my first year, and I was like so overwhelmed at like my first year, because the thing with me is that like growing up, I was very shy, I was very introverted, and I don't really like speak up as
Yeah.
much as I do now, and that's why I'm here. So back then it was like, you know, I thought to myself like, oh, now that I'm a trainer, you know, people would come to me for training. And you know, I found that out the hard way, is that, oh, I have to actually talk to people and
Yeah.
convince them that like I had to you know, I can do like help them reach their fitness goals. And at the time, even though like, you know, I did come in with like hands-on training and research and all that, it's just been like a more of a mental barrier for me to like really advance in my career, like for my first few like years of my career. And you know, there was times when I really thought about like giving up at some point, and just thinking like, oh man, like this isn't for me, and you
Yeah.
know, finding another path. But you know, thankfully over the past what is it, 6 years that I've stuck with this,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm still, you know, you know, I'm definitely a lot more confident in like helping people out. I'm a lot more confident in like, you know, in my training methodologies and whatnot. And it's also because like, you know, back then I only achieved one goal and thought like I knew everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I just from that for in order for me to be a better trainer, I wanted to like venture out to like different avenues. And that's actually how I started getting into the sport of powerlifting, which is you know, if you've seen me on Instagram, you
Yeah.
probably see me do like a lot of squats, like a lot of like heavy squats, a lot of heavy bench presses and deadlifts. That's basically the sport of powerlifting. It's just how much you can squat, bench press, and deadlift
Yeah.
in the competition. But yeah, I wanted to pursue that as like a different like avenue of fitness because I already did come from like a background of combat sports through like Brazilian jiu-jitsu and
Yeah.
some mixed martial arts training. But it's not something that I can easily apply to a fitness gym. Like, yeah, I could like, I know how to hold mitts for people, teach them how to, throw combinations, punches and kicks and all that. But I actually want to see people improve through like their fitness overall because not everyone wants to be like not everyone wants to do like boxing, kickboxing. So I had to like expand my avenue.
Right, right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
You really expanded. Like I've seen when you was doing mixed martial arts and your fighting days. I know you did had like a few fights. And I was like, oh shoot, here goes my boy. He's doing something big. Like and I'm like, well, damn, I'm gonna see him on TV one day when I first saw you doing
yeah,
your fights, and I'm like, shoot, like he's gonna go places. I see it because I saw how dedicated you was, and then you stopped, and I was like, huh, and I was just like, you know what, it ain't for everybody when you realize certain things,
yeah,
and then you went quiet for a bit, and I was like, dang, he went ghost. And I was like, you know what? People need breaks from socials and life in general. So it's just like he'll be back. He'll be back. And then he came back. It looked like he became like stronger, more mindset on just like on just other things. And then that's when I saw you started doing like these powerlifting. I'm like, holy crap. I was just like, damn. Well, I'm like, I was just like, damn, this guy is going places. And I saw you like, working at the gyms, and then he was getting people too. And I know even I came to you like one time, like asking for advice and
yeah,
certain things. And even though I'm slacking now because COVID, and then like I got all like blah about COVID and working out, I gotta get back into it,
yeah, definitely.
anyways. but but yeah, I remember when you was at the gym, and then you was just like, he was like, fuck this, like, same for me. And then you started doing like your own clientele and your own way of just like, you know, start small. This is what you should do. You should never throw yourself in something you don't know. Always research it. And I was always listening to you or watching your stories, because you was always throwing smart ideas, because a lot of people start with like, oh, I should start with big weights to get bigger muscle or more gain or more mass. And
Yeah,
and even I agree with you. I was like, no, you don't do that. Like, no, like you're gonna strain your muscles, you're gonna hurt yourself, then you're gonna have to go to the doctor and blah, blah, so on and so forth. And I even put your advice when I was working out at one point. And um and then um and then yeah, like you was like, you even helped me a little bit, because I was starting gym but didn't know much, but I knew little certain things, because I used to do a lot of fitness stuff at one point. um but yeah, you are you're a muscle man. I call you now, because like when I see your videos deadlifting, or like especially with your like clients that you help, um I'm just like, oh snap, he's gonna be like 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 Arnold Schwarzenegger with the muscle man, or like that's how I saw you as.
yeah.
What made you start like bodybuilding? What made you just want to go to that level next, instead of like building your clientele and having clients that you can help, like with fitness?
So, the reason I pursued powerlifting was because, well, after like my time with MMA was like kind
Yeah,
of done. But mainly because of like financial reasons, because MMA is very expensive. I need something to like really challenge myself with, and
yeah,
I definitely started like developing more of a competitive mindset. So, that's how I got involved with like powerlifting. It's still within like the field of like fitness,
yeah,
but it's also something that like I can like really challenge myself with. And I want to be able to like and well, I know like maybe some people might not agree with this, but like some people in order for myself to be a better coach is for me to put myself out there and try to be like a better example of like how to like really like obtain this type of like discipline, how to like really get things going when like you don't feel like it and whatnot.
Yeah.
And powerlifting is something that like really helped me as like mentally to just to like achieve a level of like fitness, but that like I believe that I would have like thought about having, like 10, 10, 15 years ago,
Yeah.
because like the whole point of powerlifting is just how how much you could squat, bench, and deadlift, and the like the most you can, and at your body weight too, because like for me, right, right now, my the most I've ever squatted was 440 pounds at 160-pound body weight. Like most people, you'll see at like a commercial gym, you'll probably
Mm.
see them do that, but they weigh like 250 pounds. And like, for someone at my weight, like
Yeah.
some people will see probably like well, people who aren't as educated will probably see me and think like I might break something, but I've been in this game for a long time, so I know how to really handle the poundage um
Straining yourself.
without straining myself and like getting injured. And the one thing I also love and learn about powerlifting is knowing when to take a step back. And that's something that's like lacking with like a lot of people who are into working out and like training and whatnot, is that people, I mean, we're in this like we're in this generation where like hard work is definitely rewarded,
Yes.
but also some people will take that to an extreme and like kind of like sacrifice part of their health just to receive the reward that comes with that hard work. But I've also learned that like you definitely do need to take your step backs. You definitely do need to like lighten the load sometimes in order for you to go forward, because if you keep like going hard all the time, you're eventually going to run into a wall, and then you're gonna hit a wall and you're gonna be stuck there.
Yeah. 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 I've seen that. I've seen people that like do bodybuilding and deadlifts and everything that you do, and then I see them go hard, and man, I hope they're not doing this every day. But you don't know that because you just see their videos
Yeah.
or them posting stuff, and then I see that moment where they're just like, I'm in the hospital because I pulled a muscle or strained myself, and I'm just like, yo, sometimes you can't always do 300, 400 pounds. Sometimes maybe do a 250 or something light, because like your body is a machine, as they say, but
Yeah.
you know, there comes a day where you can go hard and heavy, and then there's some days you gotta go light and soft and not really always push yourself. So I'm just like, I'm just like, I know Kris got this, because I know one, you educated yourself, and you always talk about like never push yourself, but not so hard that you hurt your body,
Yeah.
and that's always one thing I think that's really smart.
Yeah, definitely. And another point that people do miss is that like, when you do take a step back and you start hitting weights again, you could definitely like hit a higher weight or hit like a higher rep range. Because the other thing besides like getting injured, if you keep going hard too much, you're gonna hit a wall, and then you keep like hitting the same like if you keep hitting the same stimulus, your body isn't going to adapt. So it does need that time to like really recover in order for it to like really go back forward. So it's kind of like how the battering ram works,
Yeah.
for you know you hit the wall once, you have to charge it up, hit again until you keep breaking the wall. That's exactly like how this whole like strength training and powerlifting game works.
Yeah.
You can't always be like boom, boom, boom. You have to go boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree with you. It's not easy. Well, like I'll say it's not easy what you do, but I give you a lot of credit, because some people can't stay dedicated to that, but yeah, I've seen you, and you've been super dedicated, which is
Yes.
a good thing. Um, what I know you also talk about like meal planning and like meal prepping, and you know, and always talking about like eating healthy, but always have the certain right amount of like carbs or like your protein. How did you educate yourself on that? Because for I can say for myself, like sometimes I'm just like, oh, this is enough, or like, or like, I'm just like, oh, I need a little more of this, thinking that it's fine, but sometimes it's not always fine. So how did you educate yourself on that?
All right, so when it came to like the nutrition aspect and like, starting my own like meal planning service,
Yeah,
so the way it worked is that like before, like, even during like my whole like fitness journey, I was more like, I started learning about like food volume and all that. And I definitely applied it at a certain point back in because I got really heavy between in 2019, like
yeah,
early 2019. And I wanted to prepare to do like a weight cut for, have you heard of a convention called Colossal Con East?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I wanted to do like a weight cut for that because that's like in a water park, and I wanted to look fine and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah.
So, I I started learning about like started using the app MyFitnessPal,
Okay,
and then I started learning about weighing your food and whatnot. Actually, I learned all about this stuff through a guy on Instagram. He goes by Aesthetics Nutrition. Well,
okay,
Aesthetics_nutrition. And like he's like a real time, like a big time bodybuilder, and he has like a growing like online business as well, and like and doing his whole like meal plan thing. So he would throw out like tips here and there. Then I would actually apply those tips, and I found out like he would always preach about like, oh, you need, your physique goal is all about like calories in, calories out, and you need to like, and you need to know exact amount of like food you're eating, or else you're not going to achieve like your weight goal. So I remember one time when I was at the gym, and I wanted to get lunch, but I didn't want to get anything like I didn't want to get Chinese food or anything around the area. So I went to it was like a sea town or some kind of supermarket,
yeah,
and they had like, I went to the gourmet section, and I wanted to get like a 1 pound of chicken. Actually, I tried to see like how much is how much would be certain like types of food, and then I saw
yeah.
like a pound of chicken is like, I believe, $8. And then I was like, what if I cut this down to like 5 ounces? And then I entered into my fitness pal, came out to be like, what was it, like 25 to 35 grams of protein? Yeah, then that's all you need for like your meals. Like some people have like the misconception that you need to eat like a lot of, like, you do need to eat a lot of protein, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but you need to like space out your protein throughout the day. So you
Okay.
can't have like, or like, unless you really want to gain weight, like you shouldn't be force feeding yourself like 60 plus grams of protein a day, because your body can only, I mean, I'm still like looking into this, and I could be wrong about this, but your body can only process about like 20 to 40 grams of protein per meal. So
Yeah.
that's the amount I have like per meal. And
Okay.
it's fulfilling too. So it's like I don't feel like crap after eating, and I actually feel like satisfied with the meal. So then, I started like, from that point on, I was like, oh man, like I didn't know weighing food was actually this important, because I would eat like pounds of chicken, and like like a pound of like white rice, and
Yeah.
like countless like veggies on the side, just to feel, just like feel full.
Yeah.
And then once I started like applying that to like my fitness pal, I was like, oh, so I only need to eat this much. And then and then that's how like I started becoming more educated about like portioning out my meals and all this kind of stuff. Because also the thing about like the way you eat is that you want to make sure like you're eating enough that like you're able to sustain yourself throughout the day,
Yeah.
like for weight loss. So you don't want to eat so little that like you'll feel like you're very lethargic and less energy.
Mm.
And you definitely don't want to eliminate carbs out of your diet, because you do need carbs to like function throughout the day. And I know there's be people out there who are on keto and probably like disagree with me, but Keto's not for everyone.
Yep. Yep.
But
It
yeah, you do
doesn't
need
work for
carbs.
everything.
But yeah, you do need carbs. You don't need a lot of carbs though, because like the biggest misconception is that like people believe carbs are evil is because they they overeat carbs. But like, you know, if you have like a sandwich and you're not having like, let's say like you go to Subways, right? You order a 6-inch Subway, that's pretty much all the carbs you need for your meal.
Mm.
But like, you know, people got addicted like the $5 footlongs, and then they got overweight from that. They're like, oh no, carbs are the devil. Or, you know, they start eating like a bunch of rice and like, you know, and not having a lot of like protein on the side. They're like, oh, you know, I need to cut off my carbs. And then, you know, once they do cut off their carbs, they start feeling very lethargic, and then they'll have less energy, and then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, and now my body's in ketosis or whatever. I never experienced that feeling before. Like, I never experienced this ketosis feeling before, but I did feel the burden of not having carbs, and it's not fun.
Yeah, yeah. I did that one time. I was like, let me try this. I guess they call it like no carb diet. Like just basically just like your chicken and whatever else. Because I forgot like what I researched, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, it sounds like. And then but then I also noticed that like me cutting out carbs, I noticed how much carbs I was eating. But then
Yeah.
doing that and following what I was like researched and everything, a lot of times I did feel like crap. I was just like, oh, like no carbs. And then like when you want a carb, you're just like no, because then you feel like you're messing up your diet. And then I know I hit like a point where I was just like, no, I can't do this no more. Like, and then like I ate carbs and it felt so much better. I felt like I had so much energy than not having carbs. And I guess maybe because like my body was going through a detox where I've never done it before, so I did feel like crap a lot of the time because it was just like no carbs. And but yeah, I you know, everybody, however people do their diets, or like no carbs or keto, or I think there's even one with like a lot of meat with, I'm not too sure.
Oh, like carnivore.
Yeah, yeah, the carnivore diet. And I'm just like, whatever works for people, do it. but always do it in portions, and always like research more, because there's always a lot more information that comes out later.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, another thing to add on top of that is, you know, people should do like should be able to they should do what works for them, but they should also like keep it kind of keep it within themselves. Like, you'll have like people who do go to those extremes and start preaching it like it's like the best thing on earth.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if just having like a balanced like diet of like, you know, your balanced carbs, proteins, and fat, like it's something that everyone can do. Not everyone could do like keto. Not everyone wants to be vegan and
Oh yeah.
or just
Cool.
eat like or just do carnivore, which I'm still like skeptical about carnivore because I don't find it to be sustainable. But yeah, it's something that like, you know, you should definitely like keep to your like not keep to yourself, but like that's just your own dietary like
Yeah.
preferences,
Do
and
you?
not everyone could do them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I totally agree with you. Do you think calorie counting is important? Like, I know when you work out, or like when you're trying to lose weight or trying to gain muscle, um is calorie counting important, do you think?
Calorie counting, calories is king when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to like building muscle,
Mm.
because without knowing like how much calories you're eating, without like knowing how much calories you need, you could definitely underestimate or even overestimate like the amount of calories you would be eating in a day. And that's like and that's something that like people, you know, haven't really grasped yet. And that's also something why like me and like, you know, a bunch of my other like nutrition friends, we always preach about like being in a caloric deficit in order to achieve your fat loss goals. And the reason why this is important too is because this is also where it comes, you know, the whole macronutrients that come into play.
Yeah.
Is that you're once you find out like what calories you need, then you could actually figure out like how much protein you need to eat in a day, how much carbs and how much fat you need to eat to sustain yourself, but also be able to reach your goals. Because like when people think about like being in a caloric deficit, they just think about, okay, I just have to eat less, or I have to cut out carbs, or I have to cut out certain foods because they're bad for me, or blah blah blah. But the fact of the matter is, you could lose weight eating like I don't have anything near me. Oh wait, no, so you could lose weight while eating like a pack of like gummy worms. And well, let's see, so this whole pack of gummy worms is 600 calories. So this would be like one meal. And like if you're someone like me who right now I'm eating about 1,800 calories a day because I'm currently on a cut right now.
Okay.
If I could like have that, and every other part of my meal would be a normal meal. But also that's not sustainable. But that's just an example of that you can, but
Yeah.
but it's not sustainable.
Yeah. 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 It's when it's just crazy. Like when you're trying to meet your fitness goal or like your weight goal or like however physique you want to be. Because I know people want to bulk, people want to look tone, or people just want to look trim, or they want that six pack or whatever. It's like it's just a lot into it, and a lot of research. And I even like me, because I know when like researching like where you want to be, because everybody has like a body image, even if you want to stay like trimmed, or you want to be like cut up. It's always about like making sure your weight, like your height, because your height is also important when it comes to you
Yes.
know cutting down what you want. And what is that called, like BMI. It's just a lot into it.
Yeah, no, it definitely a lot of like information does go into receiving into like wanting to achieve like your fitness goals.
Yeah.
And what was I about to say? What was I about to say? But yeah, a lot does go into your fitness goals.
Yeah.
And like a lot of like factors do come into play. Your weight, height, and age definitely all do come into a factor, because like the more you age, the less calories you actually do need in order to sustain yourself.
Mm.
Because like when we're younger, that's when
But
our metabolism is like high, and
yeah.
like we're going through like a growth spurt, so we definitely do need to eat more. But then as we age, our need for like our calories start to decrease.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff like goes into play. Like when I sit down with like people to talk about like what like about their fitness goals, like a lot of these factors come into play, and
Yeah.
especially their health history too. Because once you because like the thing is like one thing won't one thing can work for one person, it won't work for another person. So a lot of this stuff is very like personalized, and that's actually why like just knowing yourself is very important when it comes to like personal train, like not just personal training, but like in fitness and whatnot. Because you can't be like, let's say I'm like someone like same like frame as me, and like same like same frame, same like height as me, and they want to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I'm gonna train and eat the same way Arnold does. The
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
is, no, it's not gonna work for you, because if you want to eat like a prime Arnold Schwarzenegger, he eats like freaking maybe 3,500. I could be underestimating, could be like 4,000 calories a day. And if you do that at like at my current weight, you're just gonna get fat. You're not even gonna get brolic, even if you do work out like him too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in order to like really like gain muscle like that, you have to gradually increase your calories over time. You just can't like straight up. And also, it's just hard eating. I can't imagine eating 4,000 calories a day. I struggle eating 2,500 calories a day. But yeah, you have to gradually increase your calories as you as you train, as you go through the week.
Yeah. And I think a while ago they released like an article like Mark Warburg and how like he stays fit. And he goes to the gym like 5-6 times a day throughout his day. Like he'll wake up, go to the gym, eat, do whatever he needs to do, go back to the gym, eat again, then do what he needs to do again, then like he go to the gym, then like do like family stuff, and then like go to gym again, eat, then he'll go to like gym one more time. I'm just like Jesus Christ. I'm like wow. And I'm like, well, I'm like, he's a celebrity. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I'm like, for an average person, let's say like us, we can't do that. We can't go to the gym like 5, 6, 10 times a day because we got a job, we got personal
We
life,
got
we got
things to do.
family. But I saw that and I was like, holy crap! And I know other celebrities probably like, almost do the same thing. I know The Rock does
Yeah.
like crazy gym time and stuff. I'm just like, holy crap, it's crazy.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like in order to like you don't really need to be in the gym 5 times a day just to like really achieve like your fitness goals. Even if it's for weight loss, like for me, like as much as like I like going to the gym, I like I like lifting and all that stuff. I just want to do it once for the day.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's not that like, as well for powerlifting, you only need like one session a day just to be in the gym.
yeah,
But also, for me, it's not realistic for me because I like doing other things too. I mean, yeah, I like working out. I like being doing like personal training stuff, but I
yeah.
also like playing video games and watching anime.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely. I totally agree with you. Are you are you one day gonna go do like a bodybuilding type of challenge if as one of your goals?
um, I keep debating whether I want to do like a bodybuilding competition. I
Yeah.
still have a lot of goals I want to achieve as a powerlifter.
Okay.
I actually have a competition coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, now in 2 weeks. So, I'm focused on that, and after that, I may actually try to go for like I may like start competing on a national level after that as well. So that's gonna be some fun stuff. So, I'm not really looking to if it's like physique type of thing, it's definitely not really for competition. It'll definitely just be for myself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Man, you gonna have a competition. I wish for you the best. And I hope you. I hope you. I don't know if you can say win, but win whatever
Yeah.
whatever it is, because I know there's different challenges and lifting. I've seen some crazy shows and like they're lifting. They'll start off small and then go to like
Mm.
500 and 600, and I'm like crap, and you just see them like boom, and or like I think I've seen competitions like them pulling a car or a truck and
Oh, that's like
that.
strongman type of
Yeah,
stuff.
some strongman stuff. Is that like one of your goals too, to be like a strongman?
Nah, I'm just focused on powerlifting.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, I use like strongman like style training as like
Yeah,
something to do like in the off season, but like and like to build up like what's called general physical preparedness. So it's not like I'm not only strong and just squatting, benching, and deadlifting, but I can also do other things too, you
yeah,
know. But yeah, like strongman is definitely something. It's definitely like it's definitely a lot more challenging than powerlifting, I would say, because
yeah,
they're the fact is a lot of strongman events are very randomized and they're very varied. So for strongman, you have to like really be prepared to do like whatever like whatever like the events are. So whether it be like deadlifting, deadlifting for reps with
Yeah,
like they use like tires instead of like actual plates, or like squatting like a car, or I forgot whether that was one of the events, or like car dragging and all that type of
yeah, yeah,
stuff. That's definitely a lot more challenging than powerlifting. And that's actually why I like powerlifting, is because it's very simple.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah. See, to me, I wouldn't be like it's not simple for me, but for somebody that's been doing it for quite some time now,
yeah,
it's really simple for you.
yeah.
Um, and for this last question, how do I know you have some clients, or from what I remember, and how do you keep your clients motivated when they're just like, hey, I can't go to the gym today, or like, hey, I can't meet up with you, or every excuse in the book. How do you keep them motivated to like saying, all right, you can't go to the gym today, or your body's aching, whatever, at least like eat right, or eat this. Like, how do you keep their mindset of just like, all right, since you can't go to the gym today, let's figure out something you can do at least lightly, even if it's like a light walk or a jog or something.
I mean, when it comes to that, like if people can't make to the gym, I'm not very harsh on them. Like,
Yeah,
sometimes, most of the time for like my clients, it's not usually like a tiring thing, because like, I try not to like kill my clients in the gym. Like, yeah, I push them and get them to like, get them to the work, but it's not to the point where they're like, I'm tired, I can't do it because I'm sore from the other workout. Because like the way I try to structure my workout is that like they'd be able to be like consistent with the training. And that's actually another thing, is that like training is very nuanced, where like you want to be able to like train someone and not like fatigue them out. Because
yeah,
a very like huge misconception when it comes to like the personal training industry is that like and it's like it's a mistake I made as a beginner, is that like if you want clients to come back to you, you just like kill them in your workouts. And the truth is, anyone could do that. You don't even need to be a trainer to just like have someone just do like run a bunch of laps and like make them feel exhausted. Like
yeah,
literally anyone without a certification can do that. And the thing that separates me, you know, being a trainer or a coach, and being like someone who just like yells at people to do things, is just being human with them, just understanding their body and what they're capable of.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
So, when it comes to like them, like if they have to like miss a gym because like something happened or they're sick, then I'm just like, okay, then I'll see you. We just schedule the next session from there, and then it's really no problem.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I know some trainers are harsh, and they're just like, no, you need to go, or like some are like, I've seen some aggressive ones, and it's just like, damn, like have some kind of understanding, because you wasn't fit all the time. You must, back then you probably was maybe, was a skinny guy, let's say, or like you was a chubby guy, and like now you are where you are because you had a mindset of like keeping fit, and staying at your goals, and staying at your weight, and always looking good. But you know I seen a lot of trainers that are like, or coaches, or just like real harsh on people. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And I was like, I wouldn't want to be in that predicament.
Yeah,
And then there's really compassionate ones that's just like, all right, but if you could put in a walk later on today, that would be great, even if it's like 1 mile at least, or a bike or something, to you know at least tell your body you're still working, even if you feel like crap, or you just don't want to go to the gym today.
yeah.
um well, I definitely appreciate you coming on the show today, and I want to show people at least your page, so if they want to find you, or have any fitness questions, they can hit you up. Let
Oh
me.
yeah, definitely. I'm actually still currently open for like clients who are open for training. I also do like remote online training.
Okay.
I do it for
You also
general
do
fitness, and
Twitch?
I'm also doing for like strength and conditioning for like athletes, like for, well, specifically MMA fighters, but I can try to work around your sport as well.
Yeah.
And also would like to have anyone who's interested in doing powerlifting, because that's something I'd like to have. I like want clients to do is just be strong and just be confident with themselves, and kind of like how you say, but have them know that they can definitely do things that they wouldn't have ever thought they'd be capable of.
Yeah, definitely. Let me see. Okay, so this is your page. Everybody, follow my boy Kris. He's right there and everything. He got all his videos up. Go works out. That's him, Ray. I don't know if anybody can see it, but that's him. I don't know how much you got there
I
going
think
right there.
that squat, I believe, was like 330 pounds.
Whew.
Yeah.
I see you sometimes, and I'm just like, God, my back. But I know you got you got your support, you got your grips.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, God damn, like my boy Kris is really putting in that work. But that's what you signed up for. That's what your goal is, to keep pushing. And right there too. What you got here?
That was 485 pounds. It wasn't a good lift though, because I struggled with it and
Yeah,
I didn't really like finish it. But also like I was kind of disappointed with myself with that, because I hit that like maybe a month before this, and it went up pretty easier. So I was like, I don't know doesn't why this didn't click today. But things
yeah,
like that will definitely actually happen in training. You're not always gonna have your good days.
yeah. And then I like this one because you talk about. Too bad you can't blow it up, but you know, um, you talk about like back then that this wasn't a good technique, and then now you got a better technique going on, and yeah,
Yeah. So
you're hitting your
with
goals and
that,
everything.
yeah. So with that, it was like the left part. That was actually it was like it was a new PR, or like personal
Yeah,
record for me, back that I hit back in like before the pandemic happened. And
yeah,
then like the year later is that like not only did I hit not only was my technique better in the other video, but I hit it for 2 reps.
yeah,
So that's definitely like another improvement from there.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's the beauty of like power of like training for powerlifting, is that like just hitting one extra rep on like a rep that you've only done for like one before is actually, it's very empowering.
yeah,
And some people would be like, "But it's just one extra rep," but that's one extra rep I worked for like an entire year for.
yeah, definitely. And then yeah,
Oh yeah,
you hit your
so this
goals.
is
Like you're like get bigger, you get stronger. You do what you need to do. You put in that work for sure.
yeah,
500 pounds, my ass will not be able to lift up that.
yeah. That was when I tried to attempt it. And I
Hey,
tried to attempt it like 3 times. And this part, it almost caught up. Then my grip slipped,
yeah,
and then this part, I just couldn't get it up. Like I couldn't get it past my knees, because in order for it to be like a completed deadlift,
yeah.
is that you need you'll see here the lift has to come up past your knees, and you need to thrust your hips through. So from
Okay,
there, it goes past the knees, and you can see me slowly like thrust my hips through the lift,
got
and
it.
that's how you complete your deadlift.
I will say, I've seen. I don't think you got a before and after pic on him. Well, you can tell
Oh
from.
yeah,
Yeah, like,
I
well,
don't
look at this
have
video.
any at the
Like,
moment.
like I definitely have seen your transformation from when from your MMA days to like and like your legs gotten different, your toner, your arms are stronger, and I'm just like, God damn, this kid really like put in put in this work, and now like I know you got more goals to reach, but
Yeah,
definitely you put in that work where like I've seen the change, I've seen how the time and effort you put in, you eating different, and I gotta say I'm proud of you, bro. Like just
thank you.
because not everybody has that dedication, or time, or even the effort to do it. But I'm gonna say I'm proud of you, because keep pushing. That's what I'll say.
Thank you.
And yeah. So
Yeah.
so any last words for our viewers today, for if they want to get into mixed martial arts, or powerlifting, or bodybuilding, or even nutrition?
I mean, so, if you want to get into any type of sport, or, any type of field, like, it doesn't even have to be like fitness or anything,
Yeah,
but, if you want to get into anything, and, and you really want to be really good at it, you have to always put like 110% of your effort into it. Like, always put in all your effort into, like, whatever your goals are, or whatever it is that you want to achieve, because you can't half-ass this, like, at all.
yeah,
Like, in the moment you start, like, either half-assing it, or start, like, thinking that, like, this may not be for you, like, you have that one slight sliver of, like, doubt, at that moment you either have to, like, push yourself harder, or just find something new.
yeah,
But,
yeah,
whatever it is that you wanna do, just don't give up on it. Just keep, you know, all the cliche things, keep doing what you gotta do, um, like, put in the work and all that type of stuff.
yep, yep. Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. And all right, guys, this is the end of the show. Kris, I really appreciate you
Thank you,
um,
Lewis.
coming on, and keep pushing. And I hope your competition in 2 weeks goes very well for you, and you hit your goals, and whatever else that you want to hit when you do this competition.
Yes, for sure. I'm definitely, like, I'm so pumped for it.
Well, I wish you the best, bro. I definitely do. I hope whatever it is that wherever your end goal is, or if you want to keep going, you reach it, bro. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Awesome. Thank you, Lewis.
No problem. All right, guys. Everybody have a good rest of your day, and hit up my boy Kris for any nutrition stuff, fit stuff, um, anything, any questions that you think you doubt yourself when you go to the gym. Just hit my boy up. Find him on Instagram, KrisMachina, and then you guys can follow me at it's official, it's underscore official at Instagram, and also give a thumbs up, like, subscribe. Also follow the MDMC Entertainment page, and yeah, that's it. You guys have a good rest of your day.